Hi everybody, welcome to our next edition of Who What Wine Pair here at Francis Ford Coppola Winery in Geyserville. Beautiful day out here in Geyserville. Today I'm very excited to welcome one of our amazing members of our winemaking team, Jordan Costello. Thank you so much for being here, Jordan.
Thank you. I'll take this off so you know that I was smiling.
Yeah, good. Nice. It's so nice to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Today we're going to be doing a Who What Wine Pair with myself, Chef Tim Bodell from the winery, and Jordan. The what, we're going to be dealing with salads today. That's our topic. So we're going to be talking about some classic salads, some real seasonal ingredients, and just some really fresh flavors. Jordan is vegetarian, so after the last few sessions of pizza and to-go Chinese food and hot dogs, it's going to be nice to freshen it up a little bit. And the wines, of course, once again, we're going to be featuring this incredible line of our diamond wines here, which I'm super excited about and just been learning so much about the last few weeks here. So I'm really curious to hear your take, and as well as these awesome cans that I've really been enjoying. So I can't wait. And I think, of all of these sessions that I've done so far, I think this may be the most challenging, I think. Just because, vegetables and vinaigrettes and some normal ingredients in salads, I find sometimes challenging to pair with wine. So I hope you're up to the challenge.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think we'll probably have to figure out together a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah.
I know that, like you said, with vegetables and sauces, I mean, you can go so many ways with what you're going to drink with the salad. So it might be a as we go situation.
Definitely. Well, it's a great time of year to eat salads. I know in my garden at home and the garden out here behind the restaurant, all these, it's the leafy greens like lettuces are still doing well just because it's not, just beating down like the middle of the hot days here yet. But now all these tomatoes are starting to come on and zucchinis and all kinds of awesome stuff out of the garden. So today we just have a huge variety of really cool vegetables, so I'm excited to share them with you.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. So,
I have a little bit of a victory garden this year,
you do?
I feel like a lot of people. So my tomatoes are starting to pop up. Nice. I have lemon cucumbers, which is super exciting. So I might have to take some of these home with me for some of the recipes afterwards.
That's so cool. Yeah, this is my biggest garden this year. I mean, it's only like 4 beds, so it's not very big. I don't have a big backyard, but I've had a lot of fun out in the garden this year too. That's cool. Is it your first year doing a garden?
Well, I used to do like a community garden thing and then kind of got out of it, but now I feel like we've had so much time with everything going on, so why not?
Yeah,
why not try it again?
Yeah, that's cool. Well, thanks again for joining.
Thank you.
This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's dive right in. This is arguably, I'd say, maybe one of the most famous salads. It is certainly our most popular salad here in Rustic, in the winery here. It's our classic Caesar salad. So in a number of San Francisco guidebooks, you'll see that some people claim that the Caesar salad was created at the Sentinel building, which Mr. Coppola owns. The first floor, that is our Cafe Zoetrope. And the story goes that may have been the birthplace of this salad during the Prohibition era. There used to be like a speakeasy actually, where the current Cafe Zoetrope is, and it was named Caesar's Grill. So that's kind of how the story goes. So that's a little cool tie-in with the Coppola name. So let's get started. I made a Caesar dressing already because the one we make in Rustic, we use anchovies. So I wanted to make a real special Caesar dressing.
Just for me.
Yeah, just for you. And left the anchovies out. So it's basically the exact same recipe that we would normally make in Rustic. It is, of course, mustard and Worcestershire sauce, red wine vinegar, balsamic, some garlic, emulsified with some olive oil. So let's get started. we're going to, and this is a really, simple salad. It's a real crowd pleaser. We make it a lot at our house. It's one of my favorites, and it's real hearty. So we start with hearts of romaine here. So we're going to put some of that in here. Some beautiful, crisp hearts of romaine. And then we're going to add a little bit of our Caesar dressing.
That looks nice and creamy.
Yeah, it really is. It's not too thick, which is nice. Kind of coats the lettuce nice. So we're going to go in with this lettuce and toss it with this beautiful Caesar dressing. Okay, and then we're going to add some croutons, which are just some diced up whatever bread you may have laying around the house. Toss in a little olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then we're going to finish it with a little more salt and a little more pepper. And then we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese, fresh grated Parmigiano Reggiano. And that's really it. That's how you make a classic Caesar salad right there. What are your thoughts?
That looks delicious, chef. So, I know right away for me on the wine side of things, I'm seeing just that nice crisp, like you said, the crisp romaine,
right.
That creamy dressing. What did you say was in there? Garlic?
Yep, garlic, Worcestershire sauce, vinegar, lemon juice, little Parmesan cheese, and olive oil.
So it seems like it would be really fresh, but with that little hint of creaminess, little acidity. If I were to look at all of our wines here, I would probably go with our Diamond Pavilion Chardonnay.
Excellent.
I mean, maybe let's give that a try. It's Chardonnay, but to me, it's more on this like classic style, not overly over the top oaky, vanilla-like. So you get a lot of those kind of warm citrus. I think this will lead well to the cream based in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Crispness. So I'm going to open this up and fun fact, I don't know if have you ever opened one of these before? I'm sure you kind of
have, but I'm not an expert. That's
I know,
for sure.
The nets are so pretty, and I never want to take the net completely off when you're actually presenting this. So we kind of just weasel the nut to the side, and then you can pull it down, and then we twist it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like this.
That way the net stays on there.
Yeah, so it stays on just like it was. Which is, I don't know, I think that it just is still a really pretty presentation, because if it's going to be, wine is part of your table, right? So I think that you still want a little bit of that presentation.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's open this. We'll give it a try.
Okay. I think it's going to work. Here we go. I'm going to get this one to you. For everybody out there. It's our Caesar salad. I'll probably finish it with just a little bit more of the Parmigiano. Awesome. Thank you, Jordan.
I'll put you right there.
Thank you so much.
So let's give that, I'm just going to give it a try first just to make sure. Also, I want to taste your goods before I taste mine.
The dressing came out nice. Yeah, I can't say I don't know if I've ever made it without anchovy, so I'm pleasantly surprised with that. I don't miss it. Boy, that's nice. So, kind of like what you were saying. It's creamy, good amount of garlic in there, some of that umami from the Parmesan cheese. The lettuce is really crisp, just a touch of bitterness that I'm getting from that lettuce. Real nice take on the classic.
Yeah, I think this is a really good pairing, because you get a little bit of that kind of classic rich oakiness without being over the top, and then you put this in your mouth with that lemon citrus zip and creaminess,
that's
garlic.
Delicious. I mean, of all the pairings we've done this entire time, this right here is just singing. It's delicious.
Do you say that to everybody?
No, I haven't said that yet. That is really amazing. Wow. I love that.
Oh, that's a very, very good pairing. I think we're off to a good start.
There's no pressure, huh?
No pressure, yeah. You can only go up from here, right?
And that is so good. And very seasonal, I think. I mean, this time of year, sitting outside, having a barbecue, what a great way to start your meal with your family.
Yeah.
With a bottle of this. And this Chardonnay comes in a can. Is this?
This is
It's a little different.
Yeah, this Chardonnay is this Chardonnay here.
Gotcha.
I mean, we
This
could
is the
definitely,
Pavilion.
if we want to try it.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Let's see here.
Boy, that is spectacular.
So
Good
it's
choice.
interesting. I mean, you could pour it in a glass, or you could. I like to just drink it straight out of the can, to be honest with you.
I like drinking out of cans.
Less dishes, especially in the summer, right?
Now, how do you find these two Chardonnays different? Are they fairly similar, the Pavilion and the...
No, I think they're pretty different, or at least that's what we're trying to go for.
Okay.
It's funny, we were just talking about these earlier today. Yeah, back in the winery.
Cool.
So the Pavilion is definitely more of your just kind of classic Burgundian style, clean, crisp. It has the oak, but it's not over the top. It's just really just a clean Chardonnay. And then the Diamond Chardonnay right here, as well as the can. They have the same little, this is definitely, I think, more like, this is a quaffer, is what we call. Like, you could just drink it on its own. It has like tons of aromatics of like vanilla and oak and just super high intensity fruit, and so it's really good. But if you want, like, to me, I think that this Chardonnay is really good for just like the classic food pairings.
You nailed it. Excellent. Yeah, I think that Pavilion sings a little better than this can, but that can is really delicious too.
It's good on its own, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, good start. Excellent. Okay. And I didn't put an anchovy on mine.
What's your anchovy?
Yeah, I kind of forgot, but I'm sure that would be terrific
that could be
too.
Dessert or something.
Yeah, definitely. All right, good deal. Okay, next up we're going to be doing a Greek salad. Yeah, which I'm really excited about. It's basically like, for me, when it comes to salads, it's either tossed or composed. So we'll have a couple of each today. Like a tossed salad would be a good example of what we did. We sort of put all the ingredients in there, we toss it with the dressing or the vinaigrette, and then we plate it. A composed salad, and I'm sorry, the Greek will actually toss, but a little later we'll do some more composed salads where you actually sort of plate the ingredients and then you either drizzle lemon or olive oil or salt on it while it's sort of on the plate. So you have really a lot of control over the presentation. So the Greek salad, we have olives, we have these beautiful heirloom cherry tomatoes. They're called sweet Chelsea tomatoes, feta cheese, of course, cucumber, red onion, and I'm going to be making a little bit of a vinaigrette, and I want to talk briefly about vinaigrettes because it's something, I mean, I love salads, and I always say I would be vegetarian if I didn't love meat so much. I mean, I just love salads, and I love vegetables. They're so versatile, and vinaigrettes is such a great way to dress them. So when I think about vinaigrettes, I always think about ratios of your acid to your oil. So your acid could be lemon juice, any kind of vinegar you'd like, and the oil, any really kind of oil that you like. And I usually do either 2 parts or 3 parts oil to 1 part acid, depending on the pH of the acid you're using and depending on how you're going to be using it. Right? So, from there, when you have your acid and you have your oil chosen, then you can add really anything you want. You can add fresh herbs or spices or mustards, honeys, all things like that to sort of build the flavors of these vinaigrettes. But a vinaigrette, most simply, is 2 or 3 parts oil to 1 part acid.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
I always get a little nervous, or when I see vinaigrettes and you want to make one on your own, I just don't know where to start, and it seems a little daunting.
Yeah, I can
but
see
you
that.
really broke it down to like its basic core, and as long as you know, like, okay, acid, oil, and then whatever goodies. Like that's just so easy.
Yeah, well, that's the way I think about it. So we're going to do a real simple red wine vinaigrette. If I have my ingredients, where are my ingredients? I'm sorry, my ingredients are right here. Okay, so like I said, 2 parts. And when we're doing wine pairings, I tend to want to use more oil, just so it's not so aggressive on the vinegar, which sometimes to me can be challenging when it comes to the pairing. Like I said, we're just going to do a real simple red wine vinaigrette. So in this bowl, we're going to add that's 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar. Then we're going to add a pinch of this beautiful Greek oregano, which is it's a dried oregano, really flavorful. Pinch it in my fingers a little bit just to kind of get the essential oils going. And then I'm just going to
smell that.
Yeah, of course. And then I'm just going to start drizzling in some olive oil and season it with salt and pepper. And that's really the extent of it. I mean, that's sort of a vinaigrette in its most basic form. Now you'll see this isn't really emulsified, as if it was, a mayonnaise would be emulsified. So this is a little bit broken. It's not this homogeneous type liquid here. So that's a really basic red wine vinaigrette.
That's so easy.
It's very easy, right? So I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and then it's ready to go. Okay, so for the Greek salad, like I said, we have olives, tomatoes, cucumbers, red onion, and we're going to toss those all together in this vinaigrette, and then garnish it with this unbelievable piece of feta cheese. It's made in Berkeley. It's a beautiful feta cheese I'm really, really excited about. Do you like cheese?
Oh, I love cheese. And I was going to say I'm so excited that we're going to try Greek salad, because typically when I go out to a restaurant or something, like my things that I hone in on are things that are typically Greek salad based.
Oh,
so
really?
I love olives. I love just like the salt, the salinity of olives.
Yes.
The feta as well. It's just like this nice creamy but like harder texture.
Yeah.
Curious to see how this feta is.
Yeah. Oh boy, if you haven't had
Cucumbers, fresh cucumbers now are just
love it.
Yeah, and the chunkiness of it all too sometimes can be. I really like the texture of all of it.
Yeah, me too. I like getting a big bite of a vegetable, that's been marinated and seasoned properly. It's just so satisfying to me. So in here we have the shaved red onion, some cucumbers. Here are those sweet Chelsea tomatoes. They're just absolutely beautiful heirloom cherry tomatoes. I didn't have any Kalamata olives, so these are Gaeta olives, which are absolutely beautiful. We just took the seed out of those. And then that's really it. Just as simple as that. And what we're going to do is we're going to toss this in a little bit of the vinaigrette, just to thoroughly coat. And we don't even need any salt or pepper. I think the salt and pepper in the vinaigrette and the salinity of the olives, like you were saying. How does that look?
That's
Does that
delicious.
look pretty good?
Yeah.
Do you like anything else in your Greek salad?
Sometimes I'll put some kind of like an herb in there, but I was smelling that oregano that you put in there, and it smells divine. I would probably put something similar like that.
Here's that.
Oh, yum.
There's that feta cheese. There's some beautiful feta cheese we have here. I don't know if I've ever met a cheese I don't like, but boy, feta, and my crew in the kitchen were probably thinking, boy, he says this all the time, but I love feta cheese so much. It's simple, it's briny, it's refreshing, it's so good. And look at that salad, oh my gosh.
And I love that, maybe it's an American thing, I don't know, but I love that salads don't have to include lettuce.
Yes.
Right? Like this looks like an appetizer put together that you could eat on its own.
Yeah, definitely. And
wonderful. Look at those colors too.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is beautiful and colorful, yeah. I hope you like this. And just a real simple preparation. Letting the ingredients shine here. And I like that big chunk of feta on the side. Instead of dicing it up or anything like that. So there you go. That's
beautiful.
yeah. I'm really excited
I'm gonna
about
take
that.
a bite into this before we
Yeah.
figure out. You know, sometimes it's like I maybe have an idea of what could pair with this, but I really just want to taste the flavors
Yeah,
first, just
definitely.
to get a real good idea of what this is about. Oh, look at that hunk of cheese.
Yeah, that's a chef portion of cheese there.
Nice fresh tomatoes.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I always want to try to, not overdo the vegetables or overdress them. I don't want the flavors, like the true flavors that Mother Nature provided us, to get too muddled. So I think that vinaigrette's nice and subtle. So the salad has a lot going on. Sweetness, freshness, a little bit of, pungency from those onions, like that little bit of bite, which I love. And that cheese, oh boy, that
that's
cheese
so
is
good. That's very
divine,
creamy,
yeah.
but like salty. So
What are you thinking?
I have two ideas, and I'm gonna go for the one first that we're gonna try it out.
Okay.
Because it's not what I would normally pick, but just like the herbs in here and the salinity and everything. And typically when I think of salads, I think more on the white wine side of things, because it's like, they're more delicate, a little more balanced. If you have like a big, bold red, it might overpower your dish. So
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go with, I think I'm grabbing the right one. I'm gonna grab the Sauvignon Blanc.
Ooh, good
So I just think maybe it's a little lighter style, but it's got that like the tropical notes, and it has a little bit of this acidity that I think will go nice with the salinity of the salad.
Cool.
Give it a try. Let me get you a new
Okay, thank you.
glass.
Sweet, thanks, Jordan.
There you
Thank
go.
you so
If not, I
much.
have a backup idea in my pocket, so we'll give it a try.
That sounds awesome. Boy, it's so much fun just trying it. And Rick Toyota, who did our Who What Wine pair with pizza, he really said just how personal the tasting is in the food and wine pairing. And I love that he said that. It's like, it doesn't seem like people should feel pressured to try to force themselves to like a certain pairing, but really, taste the flavors and see what your palate likes.
Totally, and I feel like at the end of the day, there isn't really a wrong or right answer. I just think that if you think it goes well, then it goes well. I don't think it should be really scary, and also the powers to be, like you and I, shouldn't be sitting there dictating.
You must
what,
have Oh boy, that is a great wine though. Oh my goodness.
It's delicious,
Wow.
yeah.
I love Sauvignon Blanc. Boy, what do you think? I think that works.
It's kind of unusual, but I think it kind of works.
Good.
It's got this really weird dichotomy between like this kind of tropical, but like ever so like green melon with the vegetables on the plate. I think it's just this interesting. Somehow it
very
works.
Interesting. Super refreshing too.
It's very refreshing.
And I think with the cheese in particular, I really enjoy the wine with the cheese. And I don't think I've ever had feta with Sauvignon Blanc. But
I don't think I ever have either.
that's kind of cool. I can see the
The last one.
great. Excellent.
I could eat this whole plate,
Have to revisit
but I
that
know
one.
I know I might have to.
Yeah. Excellent. Boy, you can't beat this. What another great idea for right now in July. All these awesome summer vegetables hanging out in the backyard, having a little Sauvignon Blanc and a super refreshing salad. Great pairing. Thank you. Oh boy. Boy, we're off to a good start here.
I think
We're off to
so,
a good
yeah.
start. That's terrific. See if I can find a place to stash that. Okay, next up, we're going to do a takeoff a Waldorf salad.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Waldorf salad was invented at the Waldorf Hotel in New York City. Traditionally, I believe it was just the celery, apples, walnuts, I think, just tossed in a little bit of mayonnaise. I think that's kind of really all it was. And then, just like a number of these salads as we go through them, there's different variations. And, as we've said, as we've talked about hot dogs and pizzas, and now salads, people are kind of particular about what goes in these dishes and how they're presented. So there are a number of variations. I personally love this salad, and I like it with chicken, like a chicken Waldorf salad on a bed of greens. I think that's just a great summertime lunch salad. It's really hearty, it's sweet, it's got a little crunch in it. Let's get that going. So what I have here is I substituted the chicken for some tofu.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which I'd never done, never seen, but I thought it was kind of a cool idea. Another textural component. Well, you know, kind of like with these, trying these wines, we'll see how this turns out.
Yeah, and you know, you caught me at a good time, Chef, because if we would have been doing this a few months from now in the middle of harvest, and I would have seen grapes on the menu, I would have probably not been very happy with you, because we would have plenty of grapes, but right now I'm actually still liking them.
Okay, good to know. Oh, that's too funny. Oh my gosh. Wow. So here we have our grapes, our celery, some toasted walnuts, and some tofu. And here we have just some plain mayonnaise with some chives from the garden. And I'm just going to kind of gently fold these together, and we're going to season it a little bit with salt and pepper. In the Sonoma County, or how is the grapes looking this year? Everything looking good so far?
Yeah, we've been really busy this past few weeks, kind of doing our vineyard checks and walking everything and visualizing. It looks like with just the heat that we've had,
weather's been perfect.
I think weather's been perfect, so the fruit's really been ripening. I think it might be kind of an earlier harvest than normal.
No kidding.
It's whatever Mother Nature dictates, you know.
Yeah, right.
So that's fine. We're ready to bring it all in early and just start the train early.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And we're starting to see some color in some of the reds already, which is so crazy. So out in Sonoma County, I was walking some Pinot Noir and Merlot vineyards yesterday, and sure enough, I saw some purple grapes, and it's like, oh no. It is exciting, but yeah, time to get ready.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. So cool. What an awesome time of year to be out here in Sonoma County from now until harvest. Vegetable gardens kind of going off. All the grapes are coming together.
For sure.
And what will be the first grapes that are harvested around here?
So typically,
starts with the whites?
Yeah, we start with our whites. Well, we do some sparkling for the Sophia program. So we do get some, and sparkling wine normally comes in at a lower sugar level. And so we'll typically get those early on, and that'll kind of be the first blessing that comes in, and then kick off with that, and then move on to Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc, and then all the way through till Cabernet is normally the one that's dragging the feet in through the winery.
Wow. And how late will the Cabernets be picked? I mean, how late could that go?
You know, last year we were like first week of November.
No kidding.
So it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty spread out, which is really amazing that it just, every grape is different and everything takes its own sweet time in its own way. You just kind of have to let it sit out there and do its thing, and when they're ready, they let you know.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Wow. I'm going to taste this real quick.
I thought that was our spoon. I was going to say, need a bigger one.
So here we go. Here's our Waldorf salad. Now we've talked about vinaigrettes. Lots of times I love making salads at the house. My philosophy on salads is, of course, I like something leafy, like wild arugula or like a baby lettuce mix or baby kale, or whatever the main sort of leafy component is to the salad. At that point, I love adding nuts. I love adding something from the onion family, like a thinly shaved onion, a red onion. I love cheese and some sort of fruit component. And then, I also like olives or something kind of pickled like that. That's sort of like my standard recipe for a great backyard salad.
Oh, yeah.
And lots of times what I'll do, instead of making a big batch of vinaigrette or salad dressing, I'll really dress the lettuces right in the bowl, which, saves a little time. And save some dishes, and once you get accustomed to doing that, you can really nail that sort of vinaigrette in the bowl and toss it all together instead of making it on the side. So I just wanted to do a quick little demo on that. We have these absolutely beautiful lettuces that we harvested from behind the restaurant here. these beautiful lettuces right here. They were just picked. Some red and green oak leaf lettuce. Okay, and that's going to serve. Yeah, look at that. So alive still. That's going to serve as the base for our Waldorf salad. So I'm going to take a little bit of lemon juice. I always find myself doing a lemon type vinaigrette when I'm at home. Just
that
because,
smells wonderful.
Doesn't it? Oh boy. And we have this incredible estate olive oil that we're going to use to finish the vinaigrette. So here we have a bowl with a little bit of lettuce. Now we're going to dress it right inside the bowl. So we're just going to add a little bit of lemon juice. Okay, this is how I like squeezing lemon. I love this little basket so you don't have to worry about the seeds getting in there or missing one. So just a little bit of lemon, and then we're going to drizzle it with a little bit of this beautiful estate olive oil that we actually have here available at the winery. In our retail section. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
just what a fantastic.
It's so delicious. The bottle of that doesn't last very long in my house.
No, you
So
gotta use it liberally, right?
Yeah. You know, I love. It's interesting. I feel like I'm in my own little wine world bubble here at the winery, but I always forget how much like agriculture besides grapes that we have on the property. So I mean, you got the lettuce from the culinary garden that you have, and then the olive oil is harvested here. It's really incredible. I think you even have some lemon trees here, don't you?
Yeah, we have a number of lemon trees.
Yeah.
We have a couple of those classic Eureka lemons near the front gate.
Yeah.
Which I'll go out there and forage whenever we run out of lemons or whenever they're ripe. And then we have some Meyer lemons in the back too. Yeah, which I love.
And did you know at the Coppola 2 that there's a pomegranate tree there?
No, I didn't know
I shouldn't
that.
have told you that because it is gorgeous, and I always will go. It's kind of hidden a little ways away, and so when I know that it's ripe, I'll start making my rounds, seeing if anything is ready to go.
Like that.
Oh, so good.
Man, we are spoiled out here.
We really are.
That's one of my son's favorite fruits too, oddly enough. We were at some farm in Petaluma, Green String. And they had some fresh pomegranates. My son never had it. He said, "This is a strange looking fruit. It's kind of cracked." And we opened it up, and they had those little individual seeds, and he was hooked ever since.
Yeah, I think it's the fun of like trying to pick them all out and everything.
Yeah, it is so much fun. Okay, here we go. So we're going to lay down a little bit of these beautiful lettuces in our bowl. Just like so. So these have just been really lightly dressed. Just like so. And we're going to top it with a little bit of our Waldorf salad. And I really haven't had a Waldorf salad in quite some time, so I'm excited. I'm excited to try this. And I really do love tofu. Do you eat much tofu?
I do here and there. Yeah, when it's something like this, I feel like it's just asking for tofu with the mayonnaise and a base. It can probably really hold that very well.
Yeah. Okay, here you go, Jordan.
Wow, thank you,
Tofu
Chef.
Waldorf salad. Look at that. That looks beautiful there. Okay, you got a fork?
I do. Yes.
Okay, so let's see how we did here.
This is a much heartier salad, I would say, compared to the last two that seemed a little lighter, fresher.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely a little heavier, like you said, a little richer. Yeah, tofu's interesting. That's firm. I think I was looking for the extra firm, but I couldn't get it. I think that may have been nice. Extra firm tofu in there for a little more texture.
This is good.
Yeah, there's a lot of different textures going on in there.
A lot of textures, a lot of like I said, it just seems really hearty. I know I said not too long ago that most salads, I feel like it's white wine centric, but this I feel like could handle like a red wine, you know, because it's substantial. Yeah. You have that mayonnaise that's really thick and heavy, and the tofu, which is really meaty almost.
Yes, good point.
You know, if I were to try something, especially maybe to like play off those walnuts, this kind of savoriness, and then the grapes, that pop of grapes, I would probably let's try the red wine blend.
Cool. Now tell me what's in the blend.
So this is just a mix of red wine. I mean, there's Syrah, there's Petite Syrah, there's a little bit of Cabernet, there's Merlot. It's all those wines, or those red wines that definitely have a lot of personality, have a lot of fruit pop, like we like to say.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of this like really silky fruitiness to it. And there is a decent amount of oak, but I think we're gonna give it a try. It might actually be kind of a neat little addition, enhancement, because the wine, or the salad's very savory and delicious. I think this might bring out all those flavors.
Yeah, I love that. I remember trying this last week and just loving it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
ended up taking it home with me. It was so good.
Well, it's a good thing I'm opening another bottle for you this week.
I know what I'll be having later.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Here you go,
Thanks,
Chef.
Jordan. Oh, this is so much fun. I hope everybody out there is enjoying it so far. Let us know your favorite salad. Let us know if you have any questions. Let us know how we're doing.
Yeah,
It's
so
beautiful.
this, I mean, the colors, this beautiful bright ruby red,
Yes.
lots of plums and cherries. You get a little bit of this like a clove spice almost. Let's give it a try.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna love that. But I think the walnuts are a neat sort of flavor component of this salad. Adds some nuttiness and richness. Cool idea.
Yeah, there's a little spice. There's a little bit of that zin spice in here too,
Yes.
which I think kind of goes with the grapes and the walnuts.
Definitely. Yeah, that works. I love that. That is beautiful.
This is not a salad that I would normally gravitate towards, but this is delicious.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, this is sort of our heaviest one. So. Yeah, that's neat. I think the tofu worked. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I'm glad we could accommodate for your vegetarian diet.
And you know, you're right, having chicken with this is probably would be just a full hearty meal, right?
Yeah, definitely. Boy, that's fantastic.
It's fantastic,
I
yeah.
love that. Good job. Yeah, that is really good. I love the textures here.
The textures are great, and I think, like we were saying, it's bold and heavy enough to accommodate red wine, whereas any of the other salads, I think red wine would probably be a little too much.
Yeah, I like that. Good
Perfect,
call.
yeah.
Good call. Love that. It's so much fun to taste with winemakers like yourself, Jordan. You know, it expands my mind when it comes to, you know, picking out those flavors from the wine and flavors of the food, and because I wouldn't have leaned in that direction, but I love it. I love that you did. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really.
we're just trying them all out today, and you know, if it doesn't work, then we've got our whole selection here
We're gonna
for
find
us, which
something,
is nice.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome. All right, next up, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think hopefully you'll love this one. This is our take on a very classic beet and orange salad with some shaved fennel and this incredible goat cheese, purple haze goat cheese.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Do you? Yeah, me too. Real creamy. I think there's lavender. I think there's notes of lavender in there. Some really nice herbaceousness, a little bit of funkiness from the goat. We were going to plate this. Actually, could you hand me those two little
course.
plates there?
There we go.
Fantastic. Thank you. So we've done salads, multiple different ways with our dressing, and we toss everything. We talked about the vinaigrette with the salad here. This is more of a composed salad for me, which I love. At the house, I like to do these sort of beautiful tossed salads like I was talking about, but in the restaurant, or if I want to get a little fancier, then we'll do more of a composed salad. And I have some really, I hope you love this one. So we're not actually going to make a vinaigrette for this particular salad. We're going to sort of trust the acidity of the oranges to sort of bring enough acid to the whole dish. And also there's some nice acidity with the cheese. So we have some beautiful roasted beets. They've just been roasted and peeled and sliced. Then we have these beautiful oranges right here. And we take the peel off them and then kind of slice them into steaks. I love that preparation. So they kind of look similar in these rounds. We have, these are micro peas, which
delicious.
I'm really excited about. And these to me, these are like just little baby pea plants. So you plant peas and you just harvest them when they're about that big. And I love
cut them, or do you?
Yeah, we grow some microgreens behind the restaurant. So micro peas are one that I really love. For me, they're super flavorful, and for me, they're really earthy too. And I love that play of peas and beets. So I think that's like a real just kind of earth bomb. Got a lot of earthiness going on. And then some shaved fennel here, which is fantastic. And then this awesome cheese that you and I know, purple haze.
Look at that.
Purple haze
it's
goat
all
cheese.
spotted with some good stuff too. In there, looks like.
Yeah, maybe fennel pollen, I think, and lavender. So I'm going to put some gloves on just so I don't have red beet hands.
Yes, I've done that before accidentally, and I will always wear gloves whenever I work with beets. Going forward.
Smart. Okay, so I'm going to keep one hand for my beet and another hand for my orange, and I'm just going to alternate here. And this really just makes a beautiful preparation.
Look at those colors too.
Yeah, stunning, huh?
Stunning.
So that's kind of what we're going for there. And this is a real classic salad, huh?
That looks
With
like,
beets and orange.
kids could probably put those together.
Right?
Every other color.
Yeah, they would have fun. Yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going for there. And then we're going to top this with a little bit of shaved fennel. And I love fennel. I love it raw, cooked, grilled, sauteed, any way I can get it. The pollen. I really just love that licorice type flavor. So yeah, this salad only has, 5 or 6 ingredients, but just a ton of flavor for me. So now we're going to add a few of these pea sprouts. Just on top, kind of like garnish, to add some of that beautiful earthiness, a little bit of crunch, and some beautiful color. And then we're going to use this awesome Family Coppola Estate olive oil again. Not too much, because this stuff is pretty powerful, but just to add a little bit of richness to the dish, a little bit of sheen, and some really beautiful mouthfeel to it. Doesn't really want to come out. Oops. Okay. And then last but not least, we're going to finish it with a little bit of Maldon sea salt, which will give it a nice pinch of salinity on the beets and on the oranges. I really do like that salt with the sweet stuff too.
It really brings everything out, I feel like.
Yeah.
Salt does.
And then last but not least, for a little crunch and nuttiness, we're going to add a little toasted pine nuts.
Oh, wow.
So there we have it.
Oh, Chef, I think you forgot the best part.
What did I forget? Oh, geez, the cheese. Thank you, Jordan.
I wasn't going to let you bring me my plate without any cheese on there.
Good call. Good call. Yeah, that would have been tragic. I'm glad you noticed that. Oh my gosh, how could I forget? Talk about richness and creaminess and a little bit of funk. And this dish, to me, is pretty funky. A little bit of the licorice flavor and the beet and the goat cheese. So I'm very interested to see how you like it.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
Thanks for
too,
the heads up on the cheese.
Oh yeah, I mean that was more for me. I mean, this is just beautiful.
Oh,
The one thing
you.
I do love about salads is how colorful they can be,
Definitely.
And this is just so colorful. It's just so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and beets are wonderful. I feel like you get this, I mean, they're grown in the ground, so you get this like earthiness, but they're kind of sweet, paired with the oranges. and then that fennel, which is, it's also kind of a bulbous
Yes.
down in the ground.
Yeah, good point.
Is it a vegetable? What is a fennel?
No, you're right.
Is it a
Yeah, I think
vegetable?
it's a bulbous.
Or a root?
vegetable.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Okay,
yeah.
let's give this a try.
All right.
Get my-
Yeah, sorry I don't have any knives. That may have come in handy. Oh boy, that cheese is. I'm glad you reminded me of that. See if I can get a little bit of everything together. Anyone another fork to try to get?
I'm all good, thank you.
Try to get a little of that orange in there.
I think what I'm gonna grab for the chef
Yes.
is our Oregon Pinot.
Oh, cool.
So I'm gonna make it all fancy for us again. Slip the net over. And twist it real nice. But our Oregon Pinot is something that I think is so fun, and it's been, for us winemakers, it's been just a pleasure to have because we have so many. I mean, we're in the heart of California wine country, and we have so many California wines.
Yeah.
But this is our kind of first foray into Oregon.
Yeah,
And the Oregon terroir, like the soils, the temperatures, the grapes that you grow, it's all different. And so you just get different wine that comes from it. So
cool.
with our California, it's actually Monterey County Pinot that we have in this blue bottle here. It's definitely fruit forward and jammy and lovely.
Yeah.
And this is just different. It's kind of, you get more of this kind of earthy, darker, deeper. It's kind of like the moody Pinot, as opposed to the fun, lively Pinot. And I think
that's
that
a cool
kind of might
description.
be good with the beets and the earthiness, the cheese, and then also that little zip of the citrus here. So let's open this up.
Great idea. Oh boy, I can't wait to try that. That sounds great. So we have the winery in Oregon now, the Domaine de Blois. Huh?
Domaine de Blois.
And some of the fruit from our property goes into this?
Yes, so some of the fruit from the Domaine de Blois property comes into this Pinot, which is super fun for us to be able to just experience and get our hands dirty with a different area,
Cool.
And then we have to get our Oregon Pinot hats on. We have to take our California winemaker hats off and put the Oregon winemaker hats on. So that's been really fun, and it's been a fun challenge.
And the whole process is different when it comes to, say, making a Pinot from the Oregon grapes compared to.
The process isn't different.
Okay.
It's just more of the vineyard the vineyard processes are different. So up in Oregon, it's much more of a challenge to get the fruit riper. So they have a lot more. If you think of Oregon, you think of rain and no sun and things like that. So they have a set of different challenges compared to here. So because of that, it has a completely different personality.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Wow. It smells so good.
I just love it.
Wow. I think
You get a little bit of this kind of mushroomy, like forest floor almost.
Definitely musty.
Which is kind of neat. I think that's really that's the Oregon thumbprint, right?
Yeah, and it's somewhat light-bodied, I'd say, huh? Yeah, it's very easy drinking.
It's Pinot, I think, is like it's like the white wine of the red world, So definitely on the lighter side.
I may have spoken too soon about my favorite pairing being that Chardonnay. I got a feeling this is gonna be fantastic. Yeah, it's so fun to pair salads with red wines. It really is. And the oranges definitely bring enough acidity to the dish too.
Gives a little liveliness to everything.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Wow. I wish everybody out there could taste this. This is just delicious.
This salad is unreal.
Thank you. And that pairing's great. Really good. That is fantastic.
You definitely have a pop of those kind of like like a plum, but with it like it's like a spiced plum almost.
Yeah.
A little bit of earthiness, lighter bodied. I think that it goes really well with this. And this salad just is so, it seems so easy to put together.
Ton of flavor. Ton of flavor going on there. Yeah, very beautiful. Very cohesive. All those flavors working together. That is spectacular. I do love that cheese. Good choice.
You too.
Very good choice. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. This is so much fun.
I could do this all day. If only this was my normal job responsibilities, was eating and drinking.
That sure would be nice, wouldn't it? We probably wouldn't get as much done. Huh?
No, not at all. No.
Wow, that is fantastic. All right, next up, we're going to do like a cabbage salad.
Oh, okay.
Sort of, you know, you may find it labeled as like an Asian salad, whatever that means. But this is sort of inspired by what you may call an Asian cabbage salad, right? So this has a ton of vegetables in it, which I love and I hope you love as well. Two different kinds of cabbages. We have some carrots, snow peas, and cucumbers. Some green onions, and then a really nice vinaigrette that I made with soy sauce, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of honey.
Oh.
So we have honeybees here on the property, so there's a little bit of our honey
nice.
from our bees here. And then we're going to also top it with some almonds and some toasted sesame seeds.
Yum,
so this is one of those tossed salads that I was talking about. So right here we have this is a Napa cabbage, which I love. And then here is our, and all the ingredients here are kind of chopped small or fine, so it's sort of an easy to eat salad. So here we have our two different kinds of cabbages.
Wow.
It's going to be a large portion, it looks like. Go a little.
It's going to be like the Cobb salad that you make here. It's the size of, I mean, it's a huge bowl proportion.
Exactly.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. There's some green onions. So once again, like you mentioned before, this is a real colorful salad, you know, because my mom always says, eat with your eyes first. You know, so I always think of my mom whenever I'm cooking. She taught me to love food and taught me how to make food beautiful. So sort of channeling her. Snow peas, here are some cucumbers. And then we have this vinaigrette here. You can readily find this online. We have a salad that we do in Rustic, and this is sort of a take off that. It's got soy sauce and sesame oil, those kinds of things.
Oh, yum. So it has like a little bit of that umami, saltiness, a little bit of that honey. It's probably really nice combo.
Yeah, definitely. Here's the salad dressing, and there's some garlic in here too. So I think this is going to be really good. And you can see this is not emulsified. That's what we mean about something emulsified and not emulsified. You can see the oil and the vinegar are separated. But that's okay. Not all vinaigrettes need to be emulsified. So this is going to be really, really good. And this is something I like to, sort of toss at the last second, so it doesn't get kind of soggy, and it'll stay really nice and bright. So some beautiful flavors and textures. That looks properly dressed. Oh boy, can you smell that?
That smells delicious.
Yeah, that smells really good. I love those flavors. I'm gonna taste it before I serve you. Yeah. Fantastic. So good. Do you have certain varietals that you would lean towards when you're talking about like those Asian ingredients like sesame and soy, or does it kind of depend?
Kind of depends, but a lot of times if I were to pick I feel like Sauvignon Blanc sometimes go really well with that. Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigio is kind of, I mean, sesame, soys, things like that are so, they're just such strong flavors that sometimes I want something that can just be on the underside of everything to like really elevate and have that be the forefront. So, the Sauvignon Blancs and Pinot Grigios I just really love with these. And I love that you're serving it in a bowl. I mean, for sometimes in the summer, dinners is just a big kitchen salad, and I just put it in one big bowl.
I love
and it's just, it's wonderful.
Wow, yeah, you can kind of eat it standing up.
Oh,
right?
for sure, yep.
That's so cool. Okay, now we're just gonna finish it with some crunch. Some beautifully toasted almonds that I just toasted with a little bit of olive oil and sea salt and cut in half. And then some toasted sesame seeds. Just like so. But it's really just a beautiful salad, and how can I forget? Gotta go for a little crispy chow mein noodles.
Yum.
Yeah, that's gonna add just another textural component and something real fun.
We used to do growing up. Did you ever used to do the like crunchy ramen salads? It reminds me of the same thing. It would be the cabbage, and you'd have that. You just break up the package and throw it all together.
Oh my gosh, so good. There you go,
wow,
Jordan.
Thank you.
Yeah. Boy, it's beautiful.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's fun. That looks good. I think there's going to be a lot of good textures going on. Good for you too. All those raw vegetables in there. That's nice.
This is great. It definitely has. I taste that soy in here.
Yes.
That umami, salty. This is really good.
Yeah, boy, this came out nice. I love those flavors. So good.
You know, let's try the Pinot Grigio with this. I don't know if it'll work. It might be a little too.
This one right here?
The green one.
Green one, I'm sorry.
I love that they're all color coded. It makes it so easy.
Beautiful colors. I love the labels.
Yeah, and I mean this it goes really well color wise.
Yeah.
We'll see. It might be the soy sauce might not work with it, but I want to give it a try.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, that's a fun salad.
So the Pinot Grigio is definitely
beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at that color on that. Wow.
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh.
Just, I don't want to say crystal clear, but you don't want to mistake this for your glass of water.
That's true.
But it just.
so elegant.
It has these kind of melon flavors, just a little bit of minerality, which I think is nice. That nice acidity. Let's give it a try.
Yeah. I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I mean, it definitely goes, but I feel like it's like missing something.
Yeah. Let's try something else.
Yeah, I think I might.
Okay.
My other one I was thinking of was maybe some Merlot. What do you think of that?
Let's try it.
But I think just the savoriness of it, actually, no, I changed my mind.
Okay.
I want to try the Malbec.
Okay, cool.
I think that'll be I think this will be interesting.
Cool. I love it.
Malbec it has this really interesting spice component to it. And a little bit of this savoriness that I think will go really well with this dressing that you made. I think that's what's throwing me off, is this delicious dressing that you made.
Full flavor.
It's so flavorful. So I think it can really handle something.
Yeah.
I'll get an extra glass for us so we can choose our favorites if we want.
That sounds good. Excellent. Wait, so that's like the fun thing about this line of wines too, right? I mean, there's just something for everybody. And you can, just try so many different flavors and varietals, and they're all delicious.
Yeah, and Malbec is an interesting varietal that you don't see too often.
Thank you.
I mean, you see it it's really popular in southern, like South America. So Argentina is really popular. Here in California, there aren't too many vineyards that have Malbec. So it's kind of a fun, special grape that we get to use and make in smaller quantities.
That's cool. And where are these grapes coming from? Are they?
They are coming from Monterey County, central, like the coastal California area. And we also do get a little bit of Malbec just north of Sonoma County. So we just we have our fingers all over California, which is awesome because for some varietals, Sonoma County may not be the perfect place for a grape to be grown in.
Gotcha.
So with Malbec, we've sourced from outside of Sonoma County, and it definitely has a little bit of that spice to it. It's
definitely.
kind of like it's almost like a savory spice.
That's good. No, I think that could go with that. I think I could definitely go with that salad.
And it has a little tannin backbone, which is interesting.
Oh yeah, that works. I like it. I think if I had to pick, I'd go for this. But I think that's also a good pairing. Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a heavier pairing, right?
Kind of depending on your mood or
depending on your mood, right? Yeah. Your lunch pairing versus your dinner pairing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, that's delicious.
Cool.
Good deal. All right, you ready to move on?
I am.
Okay. Next up, we're going to do, one of my all-time favorite salads. I'll put it right back over here if you'd like. And I'm going to need your help. Could you pick some of these?
Oh my gosh, I would love
and then
to,
just
yes.
add them right into this bowl, please.
Okay, this small one. Is this basil?
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a Panzanella salad, which for me is, there's a small window that Panzanellas and that heirloom tomatoes are just this good, and they're just starting to get this good. So we have this beautiful assortment of heirloom tomatoes here. And they've never been refrigerated. They're just absolutely at the peak of their ripeness. So I love this Panzanella salad. So Panzanella salads are really simple. It's heirloom tomatoes, some shaved red onion, some super fresh torn basil, a little balsamic vinaigrette, and torn croutons. So whatever bread you may have laying around the house, really anything will do. What I do is I just simply tear it into pieces, toss it with a little olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then toast it in the oven, just like you would any crouton. But that to me makes a salad really rustic and really beautiful. So I'm just gonna cut some nice big chunks. Like I always tell my kitchen crew to, don't mess up what Mother Nature did for us. And let's try to maintain the integrity of these ingredients. And the way we do that is we don't want to dice these things to oblivion. We want to still be able to tell what they are. So I like to dice them into large, sort of big mouthful bites, which for me, an heirloom tomato, a big bite of heirloom tomato is just so satisfying. And so terrific. Oh, that's
More
perfect.
okay, great.
That's perfect.
I could have kept going while I was listening to you.
So here we go, some beautiful fresh picked basil leaves. We're going to add our heirloom tomatoes to it. And then we're going to add some of these torn croutons, like so, just like that. And we're going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of the shaved red onion that we used in a previous salad, just for some nice flavor, texture, color. And then we're going to classically dress it with a balsamic vinaigrette, which is somewhere around here. Like I said before, this is just 1 part balsamic vinegar to 3 parts olive oil. And then we're just going to toss this all together. Now, this is not a salad that I like to make too far ahead of time. You know, I like the croutons to begin to kind of get soft, you know, but I still like them to have a little bit of texture. So this really just lets these tomatoes shine by preparing them really simply. We're just going to kind of toss it all together like so. And there we have it. That's our beautiful Panzanella salad.
How easy.
Yeah,
And
I love that.
I love the idea of, we called it the torn breadcrumbs or
Yes.
torn croutons, because
Right?
I have some old bread at home that I can't get myself to get rid of yet.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect way to do that,
That's
to make use of
awesome.
it.
Yeah, definitely. And I love it. It's, you know, it's kind of free form. It's, you know, I think it just adds a lot of character and visual appeal to the dish, having it, you know, these big chunks of tomatoes, all these different beautiful colors. And are your tomatoes at the house coming along?
They're coming along.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of cherry tomatoes,
Yeah.
and then just some, I can't even remember the name of it. I planted
Right.
them so long ago. Just some larger red,
Okay.
red round tomatoes.
Yeah. That's perfect.
But they're coming along.
Wow.
Some, like I said, lemon cucumbers, onions. So I could actually make this very easily at home.
Definitely. Yeah, this is like a summer garden
Yeah.
in a bowl here.
So
Oh,
simple.
how beautiful that is. There you go. There you
Wow.
go, Jordan.
Thank you.
Of course. Thank
And
you.
you can smell the basil too. It might be because it's still over here by me, but it's just so aromatic.
Yeah.
I love how kind of like hearty those tomatoes look.
Yeah.
They're
Oh
very
my
kind of
gosh.
steak-like,
Beautiful.
almost.
So simple. Oh my gosh, yeah. Finally, I look forward to, I always look forward to the next crop, you know, and it just seems like tomatoes, I just wait all year long. And then, you know, I'm just so happy when they're perfectly ripe and so sweet and delicious. Yeah,
So good.
I love that. That's summer in a bowl there.
You know, something like this, I'm just gonna go straight for the cans.
Good call.
Then probably do, let's see here. We'll try the Sauvignon Blanc. I just don't want to have anything overpowering
Yeah.
for this. This salad is just so delicate.
Thank
Here
you.
you go.
Thank you.
Because there's nothing much to it, right? I mean, it's tomato, bread, onions, basil. I mean, that's really it.
Yeah.
So I don't want anything that's overly flavored, overly oaked, and I feel like Sauvignon Blanc is just so crisp.
Crisp and refreshing. And
You didn't even use utensils to mix this up. I don't even want to use a glass to have to wash afterwards. So
love
it just
that.
seems like this works.
This is about as rustic and organic and free as it can be. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gonna be great.
It's just zippy. It's kind of tropical. You get a little bit of that minerality.
Yeah.
Which I
so
think-
good out of a can too.
It is,
my
isn't it?
gosh, yeah. That is fantastic. Oh my gosh, yeah. This is really one of my, I mean, I say this all the time, but one of my all-time favorite salads. So good. And I think it just displays the importance of, you know, trying to, you know, use the most seasonal ingredients you can and just, you know, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
That's kind of the style that I like to cook, you know, just like I said, not mess up what Mother Nature did, and just sort of accentuate those ingredients and sort of guide them into the direction you want gently. I think that's wonderful. I love it.
And the dressing just, it really gets into all those nooks and crannies of the of the croutons.
Yeah.
It's very, very good.
Yeah, that's a good salad. What is your, I mean, if you had to pick one salad, your absolute favorite salad, if you were going to...
Oh, well, you can do that to me.
So what would you want for dinner tonight if you had to make a salad?
I mean, in the summer, I love Panzanella. And I love it with, you know, Dry Creek area, which is like the AVA, the viticulture area, which is just right behind us. Used to be really well known for peaches.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had Panzanella with peaches and tomatoes, and that's just, I would eat that all day, every day. But like you said, it has to be fresh and seasonal,
right?
right?
Moment in time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
But you know, probably the Greek salads to me are just so delicious. You know, all those different flavors that you meld in. How about you?
Oh boy. Yeah, the cheese, that's a tough
See?
one. Yeah. It may have to be this. I think it may have to be this.
Yeah.
The Panzanella, just at the, you know, when the tomatoes are at the peak of their ripeness. But, you know, anything that is just like ultra seasonal and just perfect and just simply prepared and nicely seasoned, I'm down with, for sure. Yeah. But peaches, and that's the nice thing about Panzanella too, like you were saying, you know, the tomatoes and the onions, they're sort of interchangeable, right? So you could, you know, in the wintertime, you can do, you know, maybe like a butternut squash bread salad. You know, you can have your roasted butternut squash with the maybe pomegranates and some torn croutons or something like that, and some different herbs. So, you know, the Panzanella salad to me is just so versatile. I mean, this is kind of the classic way to prepare it, but you can really make it year round. I love that peach idea. Oh man.
Yeah.
That is just
and
terrific.
butternut squash would be delicious. So you could have this year round. I've always just thought of this as a summer dish, you know?
Yeah, I love making the winter panzanellas and fall panzanellas too, or spring with peas or fava beans or something like that. Yeah, I love those big torn rustic croutons. I love that.
And it's so easy.
Yeah,
This is so easy.
Right? Yeah, have it sloshing around your cooler. So cool. All right, a couple salads left. Next up is a Nicoise salad. So it's a salad inspired by Nice in France. This is once again sort of a particular salad. You know, people, you know, they have very strong feelings about this salad. So, you know, I try to you know, keep you know, the classical preparation in mind, but you know, certainly have a little fun with it too. So, in our Nicoise salad here, it's going to be sort of a composed dish that will drizzle a little vinaigrette on the top of it. So that's another preparation of the salad that we haven't really seen yet. We've tossed lettuces, we've drizzled olive oil and then salt, but this is going to be a vinaigrette that I actually drizzle on top, which is another fun preparation. Would you pass me those large bowls there, please? Cool.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, so Nicoise salad. We have beautiful tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, green beans, fingerling potatoes, some olives, and I'll put a little bit of tuna on mine, which is like another kind of classical ingredient. So we're gonna get this going. Would you, can you do me the honors? And maybe you can be in charge of the olives and what did I give you? The tomatoes there. Can you reach that for?
Yeah. Where do you need me to put them?
Actually, we'll put them
On the plates?
Yeah.
I can try. I'll at least get my plate.
That's what that is, right?
Just doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, sort of like keep them
in an area like that.
Yeah,
you got
exactly. That's perfect.
I'm very much a sectional eater, so
Are
I
you?
appreciate things in their place. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. I love that.
Wow, this seems like another hearty salad. Chef.
Yes, this is definitely a meal all in one here. And those are called Juliet Tomatoes, which are once again a beautiful heirloom, sort of a grape style tomato. These wonderful green beans that we just quickly blanched in boiling salted water, and then we're going to finish it with a little bit of hard-boiled egg. I like to start my eggs in cold water, bring them to a boil. When they come to a boil, cover them and let them sit for 12 or 13 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And then put them in ice water. And they for me, come out really, really nice.
I cheat, chef.
Do you?
You'd be really ashamed of me, but I have a little, it plugs into the wall and you just put it in its own little egg cooker thing and I push a button and it tells me when it's ready. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't
It
think
is
I've
pretty
seen
cool.
that.
I used to just be terrible at cooking hard-boiled eggs, but I love them.
Yeah.
And so I was like, enough is enough, and
Wow.
I went that route.
That's too funny. Well, time is precious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your time thinking about your eggs. And then I'm gonna.
Wow, and look at that tuna.
Yeah, this is some really nice ahi. Just been seasoned lightly and seared really hard on either side there, just like so. Okay, and now what I have here is a vinaigrette. And this is a champagne vinaigrette, sort of keeping in that French tradition. And I added a little bit of tarragon from our garden. Once again, French tarragon, sort of just tying everything together.
How many herbs do you have in the garden back there?
Oh gosh, I would say there is, I'd say maybe 20 at a time, give or take.
I feel like herbs are a really nice toolbox for the cooking world, you know?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I'm going to add just a little bit, a couple flakes of sea salt on your eggs and your potatoes, green beans. There you go.
Delicious,
There's
thank you.
a Nicoise salad. Kind of like you said, a meal all in one.
Yes,
Here.
uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot going on in this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have this salad too often. Is this kind of the traditional aspect, just a bunch of different?
For the most part. Yeah, it's sort of this composed salad with these different ingredients on it. And a lot of people over the years have substituted, different sort of proteins on here, whether it be salmon or shrimp or cod or tuna, but so people have strong feelings about this salad. So I did my best to represent this, keeping that in mind. But yeah,
But always
usually
seafood, always fish of some sort.
usually there's a little bit of fish. Yeah.
This it's delicious, and this dressing is very light.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering at all. It's really just it's really fresh.
Yeah. I like that tarragon. I love tarragon. And champagne vinegar to me can really have a bite to it. So I tried not to go too heavy on the champagne.
Yeah.
But those tomatoes, boy, those are good, sweet. These are Castelvetrano olives that we pitted. They're beautiful green olive, really meaty. Great flavor. A lot going on here.
It is a lot going on.
Where's your mind going?
I know, it's all over the place because each individual piece, it almost seems like it has an individual personality that I'm like, oh, this one would go good with this. This would go good with that. And then I'm also thinking of the tuna as well, because I feel like tuna has that has its own stamp on the dish.
Yeah, definitely. A little fishy quality.
Yeah. So with that being said, let's see here. I'm just gonna give, how about this Merlot a try?
Okay.
I believe this is the Merlot. Yep, the blue one.
Cool.
I love that things are color coded. It's very streamlined and simple for me.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm gonna try this because I feel like there's a lot of kind of hearty things on this plate right now, between the eggs, the potatoes, the tuna, things like that, but that dressing is kind of light.
Yeah.
And Merlot, to me, it's kind of like you've gotten into your Pinot,
Yeah.
which is kind of, to me, the white wine of the red world.
Yes, I
and
love
then
that.
you might transition to a Merlot. So
Okay.
you're not going to have, it's not going to be super full bodied.
Okay.
You're not going to have those tannins that that makes you do that at the end.
Gotcha.
It's just really supple and soft,
Yeah.
but it has a little oomph to it that I think might be good
love
for
that.
this.
That's an awesome description.
Yeah, it's on the silkier end, so
Okay.
we're gonna get some more kind of blue fruits,
Okay.
like blueberries,
Yeah.
raspberries, some plush plum, a little bit of vanilla. So let's give this a try.
Cool. Love that. That really makes sense. That sounds great.
Love that sound.
Oh, gets me fired up. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do love our new screw caps that we have.
Yes.
Like that is just
So
the ease
easy.
and convenience, and you can just screw it back on, but it doesn't beat that sound of that cork going pop, right?
Right?
Okay, little for you, little for me.
So cool.
Here you
Thank
go.
you so much, Jordan. Thank you. Cheers. This has
Cheers.
been so much fun.
It's been really fun,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. I can see that. Yeah. Not too overpowering.
It's not, no.
Real. Yeah, low tannins. That's really nice on the palate.
Yeah, it doesn't draw out any of that that pucker.
And I love it with the tarragon. Like those sort of, once again, yeah, tarragon almost has that licoricey type flavor, which I think
We
really
have to-
goes well. Wow.
Yeah. What does tarragon look like as like a? I can't picture it.
It's
Just on its own as a.
It's it's got sort of a main stem, and then it's got like leaves that are maybe 1 to 2 inches long, and by about an eighth of an inch thick, and they kind of stick off that main stem. So it's really easy to clean. You sort of grab it by the top and kind of strip it down like that. So it's almost the same shape as like a rosemary,
Oh, okay.
like a little piece of a
Yeah.
rosemary.
Is it
Very
herbaceous
similar.
like that, or like?
It's pretty delicate.
Oh, delicate.
Yeah, it's definitely delicate. Yeah.
It kind of sounds like almost like thyme.
Yeah,
but-
yeah, similar. A little softer and a little larger leaves. Yeah, but one of my favorites.
Oh, interesting.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I love tarragon, especially with seafood. I
It's
love it with
amazing,
seafood
yeah.
and French food.
It's amazing how a little bit, just one little spice, really changes or like oomph up the dish.
Yeah, definitely. I think that works. What do you
How does
think?
how does it taste with the tuna?
I think
in
it's
there
fine.
As well?
I think it, neither one of them overpower each other. Nothing's getting lost. The tuna, definitely has somewhat of a full flavor. It has that sort of those fishy qualities, and isn't lost on the red wine.
Yeah, I think with Merlot, like I was saying earlier, it's got a little bit of body to it, but it's not overpowering. And some of these things on my plate, they have a little bit of that body, but maybe not a lot. So
Yeah.
I think it's a nice in between,
Nice.
especially with a nice hunk of seafood on there
Yeah,
too.
definitely. Love that. Nice job.
Great.
Boy, that's cool.
Now this has been a treat. I don't normally, like I said, have this type of salad very often, so it's a nice foray into all the different types.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you. It's been so much fun thinking about you and thinking about vegetarian food and how I could really, bring a lot of cool seasonal flavors to it. And it's been,
Especially this time of year. I mean, the sun is out so late. You just want to be outside. You don't want to be slaving into the kitchen. And this is just so perfect and easy, all these dishes that we've had so far.
Yeah. And you can prep it ahead of time too.
Yeah.
None of these salads have really taken me a lot of time. You can, slice your beets ahead of time and do those kinds of things. So all you
Right.
want to do is kind of assemble it at the last second. Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Good deal. All right. Last but certainly not least, I wanted to finish with something sweet.
Okay. Dessert.
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit of fresh fruit. And so we have some a little fruit salad I was going to make for us here.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, just real simple and clean. Some plums at the bottom here from our garden, kiwi, strawberries, and some cantaloupe. And I was going to add, just to make it a little more interesting, I just picked some mint.
Oh, yes.
Some beautiful mint leaves, which is kind of that classic pairing with fruit here. And I was going to do a little chiffonade, which means to slice into very thin ribbons.
Chiffonade?
Chiffonade.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can chiffonade anything that's kind of leafy like this. Basil, mint, spinach, those kinds of things. So you just want to stack up a few leaves like that. And then you want to kind of roll it over itself like this. And then you want to slice it as thin or as thick as you'd like.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to get really big bites of mint, so I'm going to slice it kind of thin. And then we're just going to take it and sprinkle a little bit in with that fruit that we have cut up.
You made that look so easy, and it was.
It really is. And look at that. Yeah, that looks
Beautiful. I can smell that mint as soon as you started really cutting that up.
Yeah. Gosh, I love that. What a great summer dessert. Can you pass me those
Yes.
little bowls there? Thanks so much, Jordan. Okay, got these fancy bowls here, which I love. Make for a nice dramatic presentation. Wow, that does smell good. We're going to go ahead and plate this, just like so. So what do you think of fruit in general when it comes to pairing?
I think
wine?
it depends on what type of fruit, because I feel like you have different fruit camps.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You have, like your stone fruits, your berry fruits,
Berries,
you have your apples, you have your, you just have different types.
Yeah.
You have your tropical fruits, exotic fruits. This to me seems very kind of Sonoma County centric,
No kidding.
Strawberries, you see those everywhere. People are selling them on the side of the road.
They're so good right now.
Peaches, which are everywhere. Melon. Someone was telling me, I thought this was really interesting. I've never heard of this before, but a few weeks ago, a bunch of kiwis showed up at the winery.
What?
And I was like, that's very weird that somebody's just has a bowl of kiwis. And they were telling me that maybe in the 70s or so, the growing region here is just almost ideal for kiwis.
No kidding.
So
I didn't know that.
they're somewhere around here. There were groves of kiwi trees.
That's so cool.
Because they grew really well, but they just never took off in the mainstream. So there are kiwi trees around here somewhere,
kidding.
and
Oh my gosh, I gotta find those.
and they're in season right now. So
cool.
I thought
did
that was
not know that.
so neat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
So, with this right away, I'm thinking, this is dessert, but this is this is fresh.
Yeah.
This is so delicious.
Yeah.
If I were to pair something with this, I don't want anything heavy. I don't want anything oaky. I don't want anything overpowering. I think I would probably go with our classic rosé.
Ooh. I was hoping we get to try some rosé today. Boy, that sounds delicious. I love this rosé.
So this is our newest diamond wine child.
Wow.
We've only been doing the Diamond Rosé for about a year now, which has been really fun.
Yeah.
We've made rosé for Sophia, and we were like, why don't we have one in this lineup? Why not? Why wouldn't you? And it was kind of fun because we got to sit there and decide, what do we want it to look like? What do we want it to be? And we thought that a rosé of Pinot Noir would just be wonderful. You get a lot of the strawberry, rose petal. The color is just
gosh, beautiful.
Oh
my gosh, wow, look at that.
You get a little bit of that acidity. We typically bottle this almost right after harvest, so all that freshness from the grapes, we're just putting it directly into the bottle.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And it's got that wonderful screw cap that we were talking about, So let's give this a try.
Easy.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be good. Oh wow. Boy, it's so beautiful. Yeah, that's going to be good. That is delicious. Oh, wow. If you guys haven't tried this rosé yet, just so good. Oh my gosh. Or if you haven't tried rosé yet, you gotta try it. It's delicious.
Yeah. Especially this time of year, you know?
Perfect.
I mean, and it has a little bit of that zip to it, but I think, oh, this goes really well.
It goes great with the, like you said, it's dry. You know, so with these like kind of perfectly ripe, sweeter fruits, I think it just creates that really wonderful balance. That is
Yeah, this is not sweet at all.
right.
Which is, I think, just so great. It's really just classic rosé.
Yeah. It's excellent. Nice job.
Thank you. You too. This is. Who would have thought that just a bowl of fruit would be the perfect dessert, right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's so good. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. This has been so much fun.
Thank you, Chef.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, it's been so nice hanging out and eating all these great fruits and vegetables.
I know.
Yeah, it feels
I think
really
we
good.
tasted our way through salads around the world,
Yeah,
even.
definitely, definitely. And thank you so much, everybody out there, for watching. Special thanks to Jordan Costello. What incredible winemakers here at the winery. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun. And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.